A bit far off, but right here in East Africa, close to Tanzania, an enemy of Uganda when it comes to football. Second stop is Kenya.
Tulikuwa hii mechi 104, lakini tayari tumekupa mechi 98. Zimesalia mechi 6 tutinge fainali na tumfahamu nani ndiye bingwa wa kombe la dunia. Kutoka Nairobi, leo ni zamu ya kuwasikiza tena Wakenya wana kauli gani. Mimi ni Elijah Mwanyi, Nyaribari Chache Finest. Tuenze zetu tukawasikize. Noro na England unaonaje?
Noro na England bado ngoja tuone. Just kuzuzi tu matokeo na kuja sipi ndio tukubesema.
Mimi niko pande ya Norway raundi hii. Norway wanashinda leo. Watashinda. Norway.
Norway anatoa timu yangu bwana. Anatoa. Mimi kwa saba wala wakatuaibisha.
Ungekuwa coach leo, umepewa Haaland, ukapewa na Harry Kane. Harry Kane no England na Haaland no Norway. Wewe ni coach, unaanzisha nani? Unaweka nani bench? Tunaanza na Haaland. Kane anakula bench.
Anakula bench kwanza.
Baadaye. Inaweza hata tu na Haaland yuko huko Norway.
Harry Kane.
Why?
Because he's the best striker as we talk in the world, and we are hoping he will take the Ballon d'Or.
Wow, thank you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
You come from which country?
Uganda.
People of Uganda.
Contact, yes, it's my friend, Peter Otaya. He's a commentator, yes. Peter Otaya, I say hello, Alex here. Your birthday, yes. On UBC, he's a commentator.
England hapana, mimi hata kama walitu frustrate Manchester, hawakupata defense hadi mmoja wa Manchester. Lukshaw, Maguire waliwaacha wote pale. So for me no.
Peter Otaya, my friend. I love you so much, my man.
Bana leo imekuwa ni zamu ya watu hapa Nairobi na maana ya CBD. Tumekwisha wasikiza, wengi wanasema Switzerland huenda wakawabandua Messi kwa maana ya Argentina, lakini mashabiki wengi wameegemea Norway kuweza kuilemea wana Uingereza, ina maana ya England. Sina lingine, mimi ni Elijah Mwanyi, Nyaribari Chache Finest, Nairobi 254, tupo Ndakas.
From the land of Ngumi Mbwekse to Dar es Salaam. Welcome back. Now we cross over to actually speak with Elijah Mwanyi, who's been doing the rounds in Nairobi, getting some interesting predictions and including a chance to meet Ugandans. So it'll be good to hear you have a conversation with him in just a moment.
You guys don't respect animal rights? What is that we're watching? You guys are slaughtering.
They were being attacked. They were being attacked for long travel.
These guys don't respect animals. Come on, guys. What's wrong with Kenyans? Come on.
They were being. Hey, you got Ugandan Alex in Nairobi trying to, make his life work. Listen, Mwanyi Elijah, how are you doing, man? Great piece you just gave us there. It was hilarious. It was quite entertaining as well.
Thank you, Chico Lawi. I'm getting you loud and clear from Nairobi 254. It's very chilly in Nairobi, and I've interacted with the Kenyans around in the streets. A very nice moment for everyone who is following football. And funny thing, today I got someone from Uganda who is a big fan and a friend to Peter Otaya.
Yeah.
You know how you interact with your fellow East African colleagues when you meet them in the streets. It was a very happy moment. And please pass my greetings to Peter Otaya and the greeting from his friends that I got in the streets. And that is it from Kenya, and everything is okay. I don't know how is it going in Dar es Salaam.
Dar es Salaam is beautiful. It's great people, great company, very lovely country, Tanzania, especially this city, very welcoming. We're glad that we're here, and we are honored to be working at Azam Sports. we are working here on the World Cup. Big games coming up. Norway, England, Argentina, Switzerland. And big surprise yesterday, maybe with Spain struggling, but expected outcomes. What have you made of the 2 quarterfinal matches that happened yesterday, and of course looking forward to today?
Sure, I'll speak about the yesterday game. Of course, everyone was following about Belgium versus Spain. It was a good game of tactical. Everyone was, prepared well, facing each other, respecting themselves in terms of, low block. When you look at Belgium, they were believing in themselves, but they could attack when it's needed. And again, it didn't work for them for the entire 90 minutes. They lost concentration. And I'll say like that, the African thing has been affecting the African teams. Very unfortunate that this time round it affected Belgium, and tactically Spain got it right from Mikel Merino, who has been doing so good coming from the bench, having scored the previous game, and yesterday also he did the same thing he has been doing coming from the bench, and ensuring that his team is moving to another step. You can clearly tell that Spain is a team to watch in this World Cup, from the way they play, the way they, playing against Belgium and ensuring you get that win in the last moment. It tells you the concentration of Spain is good from the first minute, and tactically using the bench players coming in and doing, getting you that chance of moving to the next step is very important for Spain. Speaking about today's game, Norway and England. It's a big game to watch. I interacted with people in the streets, asking them if they had a chance to be a coach. You see, Haaland is with 7 goals. Harry Kane is with 6 goals. Who can they give a chance to start in their first 11, and probably who will come from the bench? Many were saying they can give a chance Haaland to start. Haaland, he has 7 goals currently, and then today they are meeting. Is a team you can say is also a team to watch. Many will say it's an underrated team. Nobody predicted Norway could be where they are right now. They are playing as a team. Yes, build in Haaland as a striker, and of course Martin Odegaard, but they're doing so well. You can't also rule out England. They have been doing also well in terms of team playing, tactically, using Madueke, using Harry Kane, using Bellingham. It tells you also it's going to be a very interesting game. This team have met 5 times. England has been doing so good in terms of when they have met head-to-head. They have won 3 times in England, and 2 games have ended in a draw. It tells you Norway has no good record when they meet England, but that's about the past. Yeah.
Oh, Elijah Momanyi, how about that? What's the point of us coming back in? You've completely analyzed things for making our work easier. How about you speak to the coach now?
It's good to see you, Momanyi. So for the very first time, we've had opinions that seem to be split right in the middle in terms of who probably has an upper hand in this particular match. The Malawians, a lot of the Malawians seem to think that maybe the England squad has got more than enough quality to go past this Norwegian. And from the interviews that I've seen you doing right there, a lot of the Kenyans seem to think that maybe the Norwegians have got just about enough to go past this English side. So my question to you would be, of course, we all know Haaland and Kane might be very, very influential in this particular match, but maybe who are the other standout players that you think might influence things in favor of their respective teams, and also maybe which moments do you think might be decisive in this particular match in deciding maybe who carries the day?
Yes, everyone will be looking at Haaland and Harry Kane, but when you look at England, one thing also can be a decisive in this game: individual brilliance of any player, apart from Haaland and Harry Kane. For Norway, you'll talk about Martin Odegaard. He's one player who can make one killer pass and he decides everything. He's one player who can play one set piece and everything changes. But on the other side, when you look at England, they also have Declan Rice. He's a player who can decide to play a set piece and everything changes. They also have, Bukayo Saka, probably might start or not, but he can come from the bench and also make a decision. So I'll feel like for this game, because both teams, when you look at England and Norway, defenders, they'll be looking, for England, they'll be keen on defending at Haaland because they know Haaland very well. Many players have played with him in the English Premier League. So defenders will be concentrating on Haaland. for the other side, defenders for Norway will be concentrating on Harry Kane. So the rest of the players, probably Odegaard, probably Bellingham, can be able to make a decisive full decision in terms of individual brilliance from other players who will not be having much defense.
But we can't talk about strikers without talking about goalkeepers. If these two sides definitely have got lethal strikers, then it means that keepers might be called into action today. So which of the two keepers do you think today might probably do just about enough to ensure that his team progresses to the semi-finals?
Yeah, of course, keepers also decides games, and at the end of the day, they can win new titles. I feel for both teams, Pickford has been doing so good, and anyone who will be stand out in terms of from the concentration of the first minute, probably the first 15 minutes, because each and every person will be trying to attack, and also goalkeepers can decide game for you. So I believe probably for England, goalkeeper has been a good goalkeeper for a long time, and this is the moment everyone wants to decide. And remember, this World Cup has been standing out for goalkeepers. Goalkeepers have been deciding games, and everyone has been talking about goalkeepers. This is the right moment for everyone to stand out in terms of goalkeeping.
Elijah Momanyi there, thank you very much. I'll let him go so he can enjoy the game because we still have one more stop to make. Uganda.
Come follow your desire. When there's a will, there's a way. You're the owner of that fire. No one can take it away.
It is tension and pressure in the FIFA World Cup. And remember, we are giving you a live broadcast, live from Kampala Fan Zone. My name is Papa Ken, and we are moving out to the fans.
Kalifiti wabasoka ebinjo kya World Cup wagira timu bagira Bungereza Bungereza netwala ejatwa tujja kuba Norway golo 3-1
Bungereza atumidde
wanji
atumidde
no Bungereza jagoba meka 3-2 ne Norway yinzo twala yinzo kuba
kwani bando zako zimeisha?